Do you want to work as AWS Solution Architect or Developer, or do you just want to clear AWS certification? Then this video is just for you. In today's video, we are going to talk about most popular and most important data analytics service in AWS, Amazon EMR. Many people think that EMR is just for data analytics, and if you are not into data analytics, then you don't require to know about this service. Well, that's definitely not the case. If you are working in MNC as AWS Solution Architect or AWS Developer, it is important to know every aspect of architecture including data analytics, as it is one of the core services offered by cloud. That's why EMR is a part of certification exam as well. Hi everyone, I am KAUSTUBH Sharma, AWS Solution Architect and Developer, your multi-cloud DevOps guy, and I post videos on the most advanced technologies used in the real-world IT industry. So if you are watching me for the very first time, then subscribe to my channel so you won't leave behind in this race of ever-growing IT industry.
Before we start this video, let me give you a familiarity with the icons related to this service. So there are 4 major icons you must know while dealing with EMR. First one is of course the icon of Amazon EMR itself. Second one is the cluster icon. So a cluster is a collection of compute capacities like Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud instances, that is Amazon EC2 instances. And if you are unaware of Amazon EC2, then you can watch this video where I have explained about EC2 with the demos. Anyway, we will deep dive into the clusters and all these topics later. Third icon is of SDFS cluster. So there is only a small difference between cluster icon and SDFS cluster icon. In cluster icon, there is a cylindrical shape at the back and there is a square shape in the SDFS cluster. Fourth icon is of EMR engine, which is in the shape of an engine, as you can see. Also, don't get overwhelmed by seeing any unknown terms in the video. Just keep watching the video and I can guarantee you that by the end of the video, you will get the complete knowledge of all topics we covered in this video. So if you are asked what is Amazon EMR in one line, then your answer should be, it is a managed big data platform for data processing, interactive analysis and machine learning using several open source Apache frameworks. So let's understand this definition better. So if we break down our definition into some keywords which we need to focus. So first keyword is managed big data platform, which defines that what actually is Amazon EMR. Second keyword is for data processing, interactive analysis and machine learning, which signifies the uses of Amazon EMR. And the last keyword is using several open source Apache framework, which signifies the working of Amazon EMR. So let's more deep dive into it and let's understand what is managed big data platform, what do we mean by Apache frameworks, how Amazon EMR is helping us in the different uses. So let's deep dive into our first keyword, managed big data platform. So to understand that, we need to first understand what is big data. So let's look at that. So big data is any type of huge amount of data which can be in complex and it can be in any type of format, and it is generally generated at high speed. You can understand the big data examples by looking at the sources of it in the real world. So some of the sources are social media. So we can see there are lots of comments are generating every second, lots of posts are putting out there, and also the sensors are there. We can see the CCTV camera sensors are there which are generating billions of data every second. Also customer satisfaction feedback, IoT appliances, e-commerce, GPS. So these are generating lots of data in various formats, and sometimes they can be in unknown format. As we can see, social media, anybody can post anything. So we don't know what kind of data will be there. So we have to extract the information from that and we have to make use of it. So now back to our definition. So let's understand the first keyword in our definition, that is the managed. What do I mean by managed when I say EMR is a managed big data platform? So what do I mean by managed? I mean there is no need of managing any computing capacity or any other open source application which you generally required for the data processing and which eventually result into the saving of your money. Second main keyword in our definition is big data platform. So now we understand what is big data. So let's understand what do I mean by big data platform. So big data platform enables us to scale, configure and optimize our big data cluster. I already told you about cluster, that it is just a collection of all the computing capacity which we are using for our data processing, interactive analysis and machine learning tasks. So if you don't know Apache framework, they are the open source frameworks which are very popularly used for data processing and analytical process. So some of them are Apache Spark, Apache Hive, Apache HBase, Apache Flink, Apache Hudi, and Apache Presto. And EMR supports all of these Apache frameworks. So EMR gives you a combined benefit of these open source Apache framework as well as the computing power of AWS. So now understand what problem does EMR actually solve for us. So whenever you are working on anything, you must know what problem does it solve for you. As we have seen that big data is coming from various sources and it is just a huge amount of data in any kind of format. So lots of data is generating nowadays from various sources and we want to take out the information from data so we can use it for our benefit. We can take example of an e-commerce application where we want to extract value from the search feed of our customer to find out what kind of product he is looking for and suggest according to that. So that is the main goal we want to achieve it. Just we want to extract value from the generated data. So let's understand step by step. So first, whatever the data is generating in any kind of format, we required a place to store this data, right? So we can perform various computing action on it to extract the value from it. So to this big data, we will use data lake, which is nothing as centralized repository where you can store this data in any kind of format in which it is generated, whether it is a structured data or unstructured data, and it can be on any scale. So you don't need to convert that data into any specified structured data. You can store that data as is, which later can be used to run different type of analytics from dashboards and visualization to big data processing, real-time analytics and machine learning to guide our customers to take better decision for their organization. So what is the major benefit of using data lake? That we can store our data as is without having to first structure the data or changing any type of format. We can store as it is generated. Now we have stored our data. Now we have the data which is coming from different sources. So now we have to process that so we can get some value, some information from that. So to process this kind of data, Apache came with the solution in form of its open source framework like Spark and Hadoop to process your data and help you to get useful insight from data. So now we have understood that we need these Apache workload to basically process our data. So now the question arises, if Apache frameworks are able to process the data and we have already solved the storage problem with the data lakes, then what is the problem with the on-premises Apache workloads? Why we need that Apache frameworks on cloud within the form of Amazon EMR? So the problem with the on-premises Apache workloads are, it is very difficult and time consuming process to set up and operate these on-premises Apache workload, as we have to set up a team for to manage these workloads. Also, we have additional requirements like 24/7 electricity, air conditioning we need. So there are many multiple items we need, which make whole task very difficult and also expensive and time consuming. Also, it is practically very expensive to scale up the on-premises hardware. And the problem with the on-premise hardware is that once you scale it up, it will be mostly under utilization during non-peak hours. And if you are unable to scale up properly, then you will miss the SLAs, that is service level agreement, which is very bad for your organization. So to resolve all these problems we are facing with the on-premises Apache workload, AWS came with the Amazon EMR that resolved all these problems of on-prem Apache workloads by decoupling compute and storage service. Means you can shut down your EMR cluster without impacting your data in Amazon S3 data lake storage. Means there is no need to unnecessarily run your workloads after the processing of data is complete. You can run them only when you want to do data processing, which eventually result in less cost as in cloud you only have to pay for what you actually use. Also, decoupling them helps to scale compute and storage service independent of each other, which leads to better utilization of both the services. Also, there is a common misconception about the deployment of EMR that it is Apache workload on EC2 instance, which is not true at all. You can deploy Apache workloads using Amazon EC2, Amazon EKS, that is Elastic Kubernetes Service, or even with the on-premises AWS Outpost. Also, EMR provides more agility and elasticity as you can provision EMR cluster in no time with as much as capacity as you need. If you want to understand the core concepts of cloud like agility, elasticity and scalability and all, then you can watch this video to get a better understanding of these concepts. EMR also enables you to set up scaling rules so that you can match the variable compute demand. With EMR, you can automatically handle node provisioning, cluster setup, and cluster tuning. Also, we can optimize the Hadoop configuration according to our requirements. Now, let's discuss the general uses of EMR. As we have already discussed some of its uses like data processing, data analysis, and machine learning. It is also used for web indexing, data warehousing, science simulation, and bioinformatics. It can do petabyte scale analysis at less than half of the cost of traditional on-premises solution. Also, it is over 1.7 times faster than standard Apache Spark. Also, we just now discussed that it helps in automating the time-consuming tasks like provisioning the EMR cluster capacity and tuning them. Also, it helps to simplify all the tasks related to our big data workloads like setting them up, running them, monitoring them, and scaling them. So in this detailed video, we have learned so many things like what is Amazon EMR, what is big data, what does EMR does, what is data lake, why we use Apache workloads, what are the problems with the traditional Apache workloads, and how does EMR is helping us to overcome these problems.
If you still have any doubts about this part of EMR or if you are facing any issue in between, then please don't think twice to ask me in the comment section. Also, if you have watched the video till here, then please let me know in the comments by typing I have watched the video and it was awesome. I am going to reply every single comment and for sure you will get a special like from me. I hope this video will help you in your interview as well as in your certification, and if you get a sense or feeling of gaining any knowledge and skill through this video, then don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video. This will support me and motivate me to publish more content like this. That's all in this video. See you guys in the next one.